Hello, hello, hello. Lovely to see you all. Sorry, just checking my WhatsApp because I had a reading come in. Good. How are we? How are we? Hello, Maran. Hello, Litomi. Hi, John. Who else have we got? Hello, Magnet for Love. Hello, Namira. Hello, Yard Woman. I think Yard Woman might be new here. Very nice to see you. Oh, hold on. My cushions. That's it. Right. Well, let's crack on then. How are we doing? It's been sunny today, right? That's fantastic. God dear, we're here down on the south coast still, and my dad was sat on a dining room chair. There was a bit of sunshine coming through the window, and he'd moved his chair. My dad's 93, and he was just sat there, and he was like that, and the sun was coming through the window, and he was just sat there. Oh, sunshine! It was so sweet. So I'm sunning myself. Oh, bless you. I'm hoping he'll feel better as the weather gets better. Right, Magnet for Love. You can have a general one card. Let's put you up on center stage. Okay. Here we go. I say, we've got one of my favorite cards. We've got the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Swords, sorry. And I like the Queen of Swords because she is a bad girl, isn't she? And she gets a very bad press. So there was the organization that I think John and I are both members of, did a review of this deck, and the person that reviewed the deck said that she couldn't possibly use this deck for her clients because some of the images were pornographic, and this was the card she cited. So this is not a pornographic card, Magnet for Love. I'm just telling you. So what she is she's just basically, she's in control. Okay, so her trope in this deck is that she's a bit, kind of Devil Wears Prada. She's a hard ass, and she's not sympathetic to anybody else's points of view or anybody else's foibles. So what does this mean to you, Magnet for Love? It means that as a guidance card, you've got to be really strategic. Strategic for why? What's strategic in what manner? We have to know the why of the Queen of Swords. Okay, so the Queen of Swords looks kind of gritty, doesn't she? And she's the tough love queen, but she's tough love for a reason, not just for the sake of it. The point is, it's all to do with happiness. And while the Queen of Swords is not interested in this guy's happiness at all, she is, though, interested in the strategy that is going to get you where you want to go so you can be happy. So what she is she's your tough love best friend, right? And so she is telling you, if you want to be happy, you've got to put your emotions, which the ones that aren't serving you, you've got to put them over there, right? You've got to be unsympathetic with those emotions, and you have to decide what it is you want and how you're going to get it and what's in your way, because this is all about business. So it's about being, okay, the business of being happy. So the Queen of Swords is not mean for the sake of it. She's mean because she wants to get you where you want to go. And that's the point of it here. So she was saying, if you need to be tough love with those around you, you got to do it. If you've got to be tough love with yourself, you've got to do it. Whatever is the strategy that that is going to get you where you want to go, happiness for sure, right? That's what you've got to do, right? So the queen, because she's a queen, she's an internal energy. So most of this tough loveness is going to be directed inwards, all right? So that's what you've got to be. You've got to be tough love with yourself. So none of this, oh, but, oh. Nope, Queen of Swords having none of that. That's it. Just do what you got to do and you will get the right results. Okay? So there we go. So that is your guidance card, which is great. So hope that helps. I like her. She takes no prisoners. She says it like it is. She's good, easy to understand card. Anybody, if there's anybody here who reads tarot and has ever heard the powers that be, the internet, the things say, oh, the Queen of Swords, I don't like her, she's a bit of a bitch. That is a particular hobby horse of mine. It just doesn't understand the cards why, and that's the point. She's not a bitch, not at all. She's just very clear, very to the point, just on it. And what she's saying is those pesky emotions, they're not helping you any, are they? So there you go, Magnet for Love. I hope that's okay. Lovely, lovely. All right, so we have Namira. Hello, Namira. Lovely to see you. Hello, Yard Woman. Lovely to see you too. Hello, Marin. Who else have we got? John. You can, John. Can you have a general card? Thank you, John. I got your email, by the way. That looks splendid. I didn't have time to reply just before the live, but I shall investigate and we'll do a bit of digging. Thank you for those links. Really appreciate it. Absolutely super. You're a clever chap. For sure. A general card for the coming week. Okay. All right. Let's see. Right. Can I have a general card for the coming week? Yes, you can, John. And your card is... Ooh, we're going heavy hitting, John. So we have death. Now, look, here's the thing with death, right? John is a tarot reader. John knows that death doesn't mean death. John knows that tarot means change. Death in tarot means change. But it also means the ending of some sort of phase. So something that needs to toddle off in your life will be doing that. But also maybe if it's a general guidance card, perhaps it's asking you to really do a little bit of a spring clean and ask what needs to go, what you need to, get rid of, John, what no longer serves you. So this is very much, I think what we're in here is we're in spring cleaning mode, aren't we? And death always looks like a scary card, but it isn't really. It just tells us that what we have to do is we have to get rid of what needs to be got rid of. And then we will be lighter and things will work better. So that's really interesting. I'm going to, John, because you are such a big supporter of the channel, I'm going to take a little clarification card for you because death is a big card, right? Let's just see if what addition we can put to that. Hold on. So well, Looks like it's a person who's not going to die, but who might well be taking their leave. Something to do with a friend group or something. That there's something there coming to a bit of an end. Okay. I think you should see it as an okay thing. I'm sure it isn't probably going to be exactly welcome, but it is guidance. So it is asking you to look at what's positive and what isn't positive for you, and and to lean into that and not to shy away from it. So if something needs to go, it needs to go, and that's that. But it doesn't look like a close relationship to me. This is not a relationship. I think it's a bit more ephemeral. It's on the outside a bit more. It's not a personally connected. I don't think it is. But let's see what it says, John. Gosh, that's quite interesting, John, isn't it? Because normally, your cards are talking about, exams and jobs and things. And now all of a sudden we go whoop, right in there with something quite dynamic. Gosh, I see. It's interesting. Okay, let's have a look. Hello, Anoop. That's lovely. You have a headache, John. Okay, well, that card isn't going to help you with that, is it? To be fair, that card's probably just going to make that headache worse. Okay, yes, my dad got some sun. Okay, so litany. Okay, so great stuff. Yes, you can. Oh, I thought that was your question. Okay, no, litany. If you want to ask a question, just ask it. All good. Anoop, I think you've asked this question before. I'm almost certain we have asked before, but we will ask again. We will. Okay. Does Nidhi have a love interest for Anoop? I mean, that's a yes/no question. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask for advice to Anoop about a potential relationship with Nidhi. Okay. What should Anoop do if he wants a relationship with Nidhi? What should he do? Let's get proactive, right? Well, we have the Ten of Pentacles here, Anoop, and this is leaning into the idea of what is going to last. Families, what is your family telling you? Because we've got a lot of surrounding energy in the Ten of Pentacles, and it is asking you what you want to build for the future and what has roots and what is gonna take root and grow. Look, we have this tree here, and we have all these people standing around the tree, and we have houses here. So we have this idea of family all around, and the support that comes from generations and all of that side of things. And so the advice to you is to follow the guidance of your clan, follow the guidance of your family on this. Maybe look at whatever the family influences on both sides and ask yourself, is this leading to something that would grow in the future? This is what you should do. You need to think long term, and you need to be really practical and grounded about this. So I think you need to really be very guided by what the situation that is already in place is telling you, and whether there's family in play that's giving you messages or giving you advice. What about Nidhi's family? What's the situation with that? I think it's not aligned. And that's the problem. That's why it's giving you this card. I think there's a misalignment here, and that what it's telling you is you've got to look long term in this. And I'm not sure that this pairing is on solid ground. I'm not sure that it is. All right. So when I asked what you should do, that's what you need to do, and that's how you need to think. Okay. So I would say family is a big deal here. And perhaps you know what that means when you're looking at, advice around this relationship or potential relationship. Okay, and there we go. Good. All right. Yes, Yard Woman, you can indeed ask a question. Ask away. Okay, what is this? Let's see. This is AI 444-W9. You are Pragya. Let me put this one up instead. To name Pragya, can I clear my SSC CHL 2025 prelims? Okay, so I'm presuming this is an exam, right? Let's have a look. All right, so what should you prepare for regarding passing the prelims? Let's ask. Well, we've got the Six of Swords. So I don't think that's giving you an immediate victory, Pragya. I wonder if you might have to do it again. The thing is about this card is it's a card that is a slow moving card, and I think that it's telling you that you might have a bit of a journey with this, right? And the problem I'm having with this is not that you can't pass, but that for some reason there's no passion in this card, is there? It feels like a grind. It feels like a journey that you're just not really, you don't really want. I'm sure you do want to pass it, but it feels like a necessity rather than a chosen thing. So yes, I think it's possible. I think you can. Maybe not on the next attempt. Maybe it's going to need another run through, because this doesn't talk about an immediate result. All right. So that would be my answer. It will be yes, but over time. That will be my answer to you. Hope that's helpful. I'll have to see what that means to you. Okay. Let's have a look. What have we got here? Marin. Okay. Good stuff. Right, so Marin, I've just realized, and I wanted to tell you this because I keep doing this, also I keep calling you Marinade. and we know that we have Karenay on the call. I don't know whether she's going to be able to be here this week or not. And I thought I was conflating the two. And I've just seen your name and I realized why. Because when I'm looking at your name, I can see Marin E-N-E, which kind of looks like marinate. And then of course it's Marin Alpha, but I'm linking the E into your Christian name. So I do apologize for that. That's just my brain doing weird things. All right. So Marin is what it is. I need to keep reminding myself to not look at the E after the N. You can't get the staff, can you, Marin? Honestly. Right. Marin is facing a professional problem right now. How should she approach it? Good question. Let's have a look. Okay. Right. Interesting. We've got the King of Cups here, Marin. How should you approach it? Well, in a very psychologically considered way. So this is where you're going to have to take a kind of psychological perspective. So perhaps approach it from a very understanding way. So you need to go, okay, whatever this professional problem is, what am I doing that is leaning into this? What is in my psyche? How do I feel? How can I step back, because we're in King energy? How can I step back from the situation and get some objectivity? And so I can understand my own situation here, which will mean I can influence the situation and have more control over it than maybe I previously thought that I did. How does that work? I think that's pretty much what it's saying. So look at you, look at how you feel, look at what you're showing up, look at what it's bringing up in you, and understand how you can show up as the counselor, as the psychotherapist for all concerned, including you, and that will give you the insight that you're going to need to address whatever the situation is. Yes, yes, yes. I like that. I think that works. Hope that's okay. That's quite cool. Very nice. Bit of a challenge for you then, Marin. So John. Right, no, I gave you a general card, John, and we had, did you not hear me? We had death. You didn't hear me because you obviously tuned me out, because it's not one of the most welcome cards, is it? So we had death, and we had a clarification card, because I wanted you to know the context, and a clarification card of the Three of Cups. So what we are looking at is the ending of a situation with somebody who's in your periphery. It might well be an association or a group of people, or there is a situation around you that you're going to have to understand is going to change or end. And there are links with those. It's not like close personal, it's not like a love relationship, it's nothing like that. But whoever these people are, there have been connections with them, and that is now coming to an end, and that needs to be allowed to be let go, because obviously it's death, right? So that's what we have to do. So that's interesting. So you'll have to tell me who you think that might be referring to. It may not be one person, it might be a group of people. In fact, the Three of Cups suggests that it probably is a group of people. Either that, it feels quite female in essence, but that's not a given. But I think it well might be. But let's see what happens. What do you think, John? What do you think that could be referring to? Okay. Hello, Stephen B. Hi, Newcastle in the house. I'm not even going to try and do a Newcastle accent because I would disgrace myself. There we go. Oh, good, Magnet. I'm glad. Okay, so Pragya, I've answered your question, sweetie. Don't keep on posting the same question because, thank you. Don't spam me. I will reply to you. Thank you. Exactly. I appreciate that. Thank you, John. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, write a comment, and buy Janice's new book, and also visit my online shop. Oh my God, there's so much to do. It's awesome. Thank you, John. Much appreciated. All right. Who else have we got? Hello, Alex. Nice to meet you too. Namira, you can absolutely have a general card. Okay. So we're going to give you a card that says, what should you put your attention on this coming week? Okay. For the most positive result for you. Okay, Namira, what should you put your attention on for the coming week for the most positive result for you? Oh, that's nice. We love that. That's the Knight of Cups. So what you should put your attention on is love and romance and your romantic vision of life. So whatever it is that gets you all swept away and gets you all misty-eyed, that's where you should put your attention. Now is the time for romantic pursuits. So this is really good. Now, you know what? This could easily be romance. It's telling you, go get it. Now is the time. Take action. All good. Make sure, again, it's in alignment with your happiness. Don't let somebody else drive the bus. You've got to be in control. But you know what? It also might refer to something that you just really want to do, right? Something that feels lovely. It's just, you know, an energy of that sort might be, oh, I'm going to sign up to a poetry class, or I'm going to go to art classes, or whatever it is. It's an energy that just unlocks that really lovely, warm, of the heart feeling. I love this. This is what this is all about. So whether that is actual romance or a romantic endeavor, this week, get to it. Absolutely, that is your mission, should you choose to accept it. So follow your heart, Namira. This is the words of Gypsy Janice telling you, follow your heart. You have my permission to do so. Isn't that nice? That's very cool. Yard Woman, how lovely to meet you. If you haven't subscribed, please do like the video as well. That would be lovely. We appreciate that when you do that. Okay, let's have a look. So we're going to do the same question. What should you lean into this week? What will be to your best and highest happiness this coming week? What is your guidance? Let's have a look. The Hermit. Well, the Hermit is a really interesting card, isn't it? Because what it's telling you is you must absolutely not gloss over the surface with actions to do with things that matter, okay? So whether this be relationships or work, whatever it is, it's asking you to make sure you do what you know is wise. What you know is wise, okay? And it isn't a comfortable feeling, in as much as when we get the Hermit, we're being asked to, you know, to really kind of go inside and not to involve anybody else in that decision making. This is yours. It's for you to know what's right for you. And that's really important. And again, why are we doing it? We're doing it because we want to be happy, because we want to make a life that is actually going to make us happy. And what this is saying is there is a little energy with this card which kind of goes, are you sure? and if you just feel that little thing, if something comes up, I don't know, reply to a message or whatever it is, and the little voice in the back of your head goes, are you sure? You know, it's the hermit whispering in your ear. Don't do it, right? Just listen to your inner wisdom. Listen when you get that little voice and you go, I want to. Well, I do, just me. I put my sulky face on and go, oh, killjoy. But anyway, so that's your card. That's what you need to lean into this coming week. Really important. Okay. Good stuff. All right. No, John, pessimism doesn't serve anybody. You know what you have to be? You have to be an unreasonable optimist. I think that's the energy in which we all should live. Unreasonable optimism. It is a maxim for life. Okay, Alex. Can I have a card pertaining for love for me currently? You can, sweetie. You absolutely can. Let's have a look. All right. This is for Alex. Ooh. Well, we're on message, Alex. Nobody can say we're not getting right to the nub of it here, right? Pertaining to love, we have the lovers right on cue, which is rather lovely. And the lovers would appear at face value always to be the romantic card. Do not make the mistake of thinking that it is always a romantic card. The lovers is telling you that you need to choose with commitment for the right reasons. So the lovers is an interesting card because it's telling you to choose your big relationship. Make a choice whether to commit, but choose wisely, right? The lovers used to be, there was a really cool version of this card where it was the guy in the middle. This was the ancient version. We had the king on one side and we had a woman on the other side. And it was supposed to be you need to choose between love and duty. And I think that's actually quite a cool, it's a cool message in this card. You need to choose not with a romantic head. You need to choose not actually with an emotional head. You need to choose truly from the heart. Truly from the heart. How do you actually feel? Are you prepared to commit for the long term? Is this your big relationship? And what do you want? And what's going to make you happy? That's the question this is asking you. So this is your time, Alex. This is your time to take this seriously. Relationships. I think it's time for you to, do that big thing and make that big decision about who is the right life partner for you. There you go. That's your job for the week. It's not for the faint-hearted, for sure. But it's important. Wow, that's very cool. Okay, Kerry. Let's put Kerry up on the block. Where is she? Where's she gone? No, not that one. Hold on a second. Oh, thank you, Alex. I really appreciate that. I have whizzed down the list, and now I've lost my place. Hold on. Ha! Where are you, Kerry? I just saw you. Oh, for goodness sakes, what have I done? Bear with me, guys. I've lost my place in the list, but I will get there. Huh? Okay. Kerry, I've lost you. I think. Have I? What's happened with the list? Oh. Okay, I go back to the beginning and start again. 1 second. Okay, everybody, just talk amongst yourselves while I find my way back to the next place on the list. Did that one. I did that one. I did that one. I'll get there. There you are. Ah, I knew I'd seen it. Okay, Kerry, can you have a card today? Lovely Janice. Well, yes, you absolutely can. All right. So, what should Kerry be? What is the next thing that Kerry should put her attention on right now? What is important for her right now? Okay, so we have the Six of Swords. We've had this already today, but in this instance, what this is telling you is that Kerry, you're in a process, and that's what this card is. This card is called Transition, and it's telling you that you're on track. It's not that you're not. You're not on solid ground quite yet. So this is a moving on card, isn't it? Right. So we have this couple in this boat here. We have this guy and this little child here, and that's symbolic. And that's when we look at that, when we look at adult and child in tarot, we're looking at us with a younger or vulnerable part of us. Okay, so this is you protecting and looking after the vulnerable part of you while you're traveling across an emotional landscape and getting to the other end. Now, here's interesting, because what that says is, one of the things about this card is we find this journey difficult. It isn't a journey we want to make. And also, we've got no idea what the destination's going to be like, right? We don't have a movie about where this is going to take us, but that's okay, because this is a really good journey. So it's taking you from a difficult place to a calmer, better place. And that's the point of it. So when you get to here, then the law of the card says you can step out of the boat and you'll be in a whole new world. And that's actually quite cool. All right. So I hope that's okay. It's important for you to do the process. So this process of transitioning from one place to another, whether that be metaphorical or in real life, I think it's probably more symbolic. That's an important transitional journey. Take your time, don't rush, do it properly, all is well. There is no problem here at all. Only that it is a process of some sort that needs to take place. You're going to get there and you'll feel better when you do. Right now, just go with the flow. Just let it go. Let what needs to happen happen. All right? That's cool. Very nice. All good. What have we got? Ah, John, that's interesting, isn't it? So this is part of your, that's what the death card is referring to. Right. Interesting. Hello, Nat. Very nice to see you. No, John, your stalker card hasn't come up. We haven't had the Ace of Swords today at all, have we? Because that's your card, John. Nobody else can have it. Okay, little me. What kind of romantic path am I truly meant to walk in this lifetime? Solitary devotion or mutual partnership? Okay, let's have a look. Okay, let's ask. That's an important question for you, huh? Let's see what this says. Okay. All right. Hold on 1 second. Let me get rid of that. Right. I thought as much. Well, you know what? To me, this is the Magician. And the Magician is up there with my favoritist cards. It's fantastic. And the Magician is the Master Manifestor or the Alchemist. And what that tells you is you get to choose. You can do whichever you like. You don't have to spend a lifetime in solitary devotion unless you want to, or you can choose mutual partnership and you can make that happen. You're not meant to walk a path. You are meant to walk a path that makes you happy, my love. That's the point here. You create your happiness. That's the point. You can do this. You've got everything you need within you to create the happiness you want, whether that be on your own, solitary devotion, or whether that be part of a partnership that is affirming and cherishing and makes you happy. And that's the point. You don't have to make a choice that you don't want to make. There is nothing enforced here. This is the power is all with you. All you have to do is lean in to the power. And then you can choose. Okay? Right? Hope that's all right. I think that's really important. I hope that is going to make you feel okay. I hope that's, interesting and useful. Let me know your thoughts. Good stuff. Whoops, hold on. Whizzed up the list again. June Foley. Hello, June. I don't know whether we've met before, June. I think you might be new to the channel. It is very nice to meet you. And God bless you too. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. If you get a reading, I would like you to subscribe if you're willing to do so. And like the video. Hold on. Oh. There we go. We've got cards flying about here. I am not one of those readers who buys into the thing that if a card flies out, it's meaningful. So I believe that if a card flies out, it's because I've shuffled it clumsily. Right? Everything is intentional. Everything is intentional. Okay, there we are. Okay, all right, June. Right, a card for the week. Okay, good. What we have for you is the Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands is where you're being asked in some manner to engage in some kind of conflict. Now, this is not a terrible conflict. This is not a big row. This is not anything awful. This is probably the least worst conflict card in the tarot deck. However, what it tells you is that you are personally conflicted about this thing. You have conflict within you. You are probably fighting yourself in this situation, when actually what you need to do is stand up for yourself and make it quite simple. Now, it's interesting, isn't it? Because this card is a Wands card, and that's a card of fire energy. And what it's talking about is passion and confidence and, all of that. I feel strongly about this. I am passionate about this. I believe in this. I believe it's right. I believe whatever it is, it's coming from that fire energy perspective. So what this is telling you is whoever is the most passionate, this is not a battle it's not a sharp, combat. It's just a battle of passion. It's just a battle of do we want different things? Do we have different agendas? It's a battle of point of view. It's not like anything that's going to cause big upset. But it does require you to stand up for your side of it, right? And to have some fire with that. Not in a we're going to burn bridges type of fire. We're not going that far, but you are going to stand up this week and say, no, see, this is what I think is right, and stand up for that. Stand up for it in a positive way. Don't be conflicted. Don't fight yourself on this. Just go with what you truly passionately believe, and that's the right thing. Okay? That's the right thing. Stand by it, and that will work out okay. Good. That's all right. That's quite interesting. Just wait and see how that comes out, won't we? Thank you, Alex. Thank you. Have a cool last name. Well, thank you for that too. That's lovely. Stephanie. Awesome. You can indeed have a card. Okay. Lovely to see you. Right, this is a card for Stephanie. This is for the week ahead. And we're going to choose a guidance card for you. This is what you should be guided by. This is what you should lean into, right? This is good energy that you can take with you and you can use to make your week awesome, all right? You've got the Queen of Swords as well. So we've already had this card once today for Magnet for Love. And so you have the same card. And so I'm going to just repeat myself here a little bit because it's coming up in a similar context. So the Queen of Swords is very strategic. And what she asks you to do is to put your emotional objections to one side, to do what you've got to do in order to make your week awesome and happy, but properly happy. So what would make you happy with yourself? That's the point here, isn't it? I think that's particularly important in this context, Stephanie. What will make you happy with yourself? And that may well involve you being a bit tough with yourself, which sounds a bit counterintuitive, but it isn't. So it might be, you know what? Oh, I really need to clear out that cupboard. I don't want to. Queen of Swords says, I don't care what you do and don't want to do. Do it. When you've done it, you'll be happy with yourself. There you go. There it is in action. It may not be cleaning out a cupboard, but you see my point. So she's asking you to double down on what you need to do in order to be happy as a result, and not to let your emotional objections get in the way, because then you won't be happy, and that's not what she wants. So there you go. There's your queen. She's your tough love best friend. That's what she is. And we should all have a tough love best friend, because she's cool. Queen of Swords is cool and badass. Okay, so Yard Woman, I did already answer a question for you. You are welcome to come back next week, but I have to go through the list and make sure everybody who asks gets a card. Okay. Okay. Let's have a look. Okay. Twinkle. Hello, Twinkle. That's so sweet. All right. So let's ask about Sandeep's current feelings for Twinkle. Twinkle, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't been here before. Please do subscribe and like the video. That is always appreciated. Okay, what do you need to know about Sandeep's current feelings for Twinkle? Let's have a look. Well, Sandeep is very determined not to have feelings. It's not that he hasn't got feelings. It's just that he's really on the fence, isn't he? So he's not prepared to commit either way. So Sandeep is, we have here on this card, we have a skeleton playing chess, and he's not making the next move. So he's not making the next move because he's just not quite there. He's not feeling it. He hasn't got the push to do it. So what we have is a situation in stalemate. That's what we have. And Sandeep is really just not quite in the position where he's gonna jump off the fence right now. Certainly for the next little while, Sandeep is staying on the fence and doesn't feel very keen on the idea of either having feelings at all, because he's not very keen on that, or sort of making a decision, a yes or no. He's not saying a yes or no. He's just sat in the middle, not deciding. So that's kind of how he feels at the moment, sweetie. He's just on the fence. He's not taking action, yes or no. So you're going to have to sit in that position for quite some time until Sandeep decides one way or the other, because right now he's just not. I don't know if you can hear this. I have a whining dog here. I'm going to run out and let the dog out. If you excuse me, 2 seconds. I have to quickly run. Yes, I know. Come on, out you go. There you go. There you are. Oh. Right. I'm back. Okay, good. All right. What have we got here? We have is this an Irish name? And is this one of these Irish names that's going to make me look like a complete idiot because I can't pronounce it? Darry. Can we just say Darry? Because then we know who we're talking about. I'm really sorry. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm hopeless with pronunciations. You'll have to forgive me. I do my best. Sometimes my best is not impressive. Okay, so Nikki. Lovely to see you, Nikki. Okay. Nikki wants to know if Darry loves her. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing. We're going to explore what Darry's feelings are about Nikki and how he sees his feelings for her. And let's have a look and see what comes up. Temperance. Well, we're in the middle ground here, aren't we? And Darius kind of saying, well, you know what? It's okay. It's okay. What we don't have here is enormous amounts of passion. We don't have that fire energy that I think, Nikki, you're looking for. So temperance is always about finding a nice balance, finding a good mix. And what he's saying is, yes, this is a good mix. It's a good balance. It's a good mix. It's great. It doesn't say he doesn't love you, but it does say that he's not swept away. Now, that might well be okay. It might be fine. Maybe he really likes the balance, because this doesn't tell you that there's anything wrong with how he feels. It just tells you that he has perhaps a desire in the relationship, which is wanting it to be in a place where he feels everything just works. And it's fine. It's good. It feels comfortable. It doesn't feel like it's gonna sweep him away. He doesn't want any drama. He doesn't want any doesn't want things to get out of control. That's what he really doesn't want. He wants things to maybe just stay in a good place and to have the right mix and the right balance. That's what he wants. So does he love you? I think probably my answer would be in his way. In his way. He probably loves you in his way. He may not love you in your way. Depends what you want. But I think for me, he seems quite happy with what's going on and with this I keep saying the same word, this mix. Not looking for extremes. That's not what he's looking for. He doesn't want to be overly vulnerable. He doesn't want to be overly swept away. He just wants it to be nice, good, solid. That's it. So, yeah, I think in his way, he does. You just have to decide whether that's right for you, Nikki, and whether that's your way. All right? Hope that helps. Gosh, us human beings are complicated, aren't we? Hey? What have we got here? Let me see. Okay. I'm going to make a fool of myself with your name again. So is this a Spanish sounding name? Is it Joab? Oh gosh, I'm gonna call you Joe. I'm just gonna call you Joe. You'll have to forgive me if it's not right, but that's what I'm gonna call you. So you're gonna Joa. Is it Joao? Joao? Maybe it's Joao. Maybe it is. Joao. That sounds very glamorous. I rather like that. Hope that's right. If it isn't, forgive me. Will a guy from my past come back into my life soon, in many months? Okay, let's have a look. Okay, how can I ask this nicely so you can get a clear answer? The guy that you're referring to, because obviously there is a guy that you're referring to, what should you prepare for from him with regard to coming back into your life in the coming months, right? The guy that you're referring to, what should you prepare for from him with regards to coming back into your life, romantically, I presume, in the coming months? Okay, so we have the 7 of Cups here. And so I don't think you can expect a committed action from him anytime soon. Because the trouble is, this 7 of Cups energy, as you can see, It's very confused, and it's confused emotionally. So what it's doing is it's going, well, that might happen, and that might happen, and that might happen, and that might happen. And so when we get into this kind of energy, we just sit in it. We don't do anything. That's the problem. So even if he is imagining contacting you, even if he is, and this card doesn't say for sure that he is, because nothing that he's thinking is on solid ground. So he may be, you may come into his head, he may think about you. It does not mean A, he's going to contact you, and B, even if he did contact you, it would amount to anything solid, because this guy doesn't know what he wants. He's off with the fairies. He's off in a cloud la la land. It's all dreamy and if buts and maybes, and well, I might do this and I might do that, and maybe I'll do that, and at some point I'll do that. There's nothing on solid ground here at all. So I would suggest that this guy is not realistic. He just isn't. And he isn't going to make you happy. More to the point, he won't make you happy. I'm going to nail my colours to the mast here, sweetie. He is just, it's a bit of a waste of time. I think you probably know that, really, don't you? He's not going to make you happy. That's the crux of this. So you need to leave him to his emotional fairyland or whatever it is he's in. You need to leave him to that. And you need to find somebody who shows up in real life and actually does real life things and doesn't just go, well, I might. Not good enough. You need somebody who shows up properly and delivers. He won't deliver. All right. There we are. Gosh, that was a bit tough love, wasn't it? All right, let's have a look. Okay. KDSKOSSS8. Okay, can I just ask everybody, if you have a coded handle on YouTube, can you just tell me your name in the chat? Because I'd like to know what to call you, if possible, or a nickname or something, because Kundisk. That's no way to call somebody, is it? Kundisk. Okay. Are we going to end this marriage? Is he going to leave us? Please tell me something. Okay. All right. I get that. That's a big question, isn't it? For a one card reading on a stream. It's a big question. So we do not want to take this lightly. I wonder if questions of that magnitude would be better off with a proper, more in-depth reading, but that's obviously up to you. I will do my best for you on the stream, okay? But obviously this is a big deal, and it's a big, important life thing. So I'm going to ask what you should prepare for from your husband over the next coming months about the future of your marriage. Let's ask that. Well, I don't think he's going to leave in the next couple of months. But the trouble is with this card is how can I put this card? It isn't, everybody looks at this card and goes, oh, this is the romantic card. And I guess it can be seen as that, and it is that. But what it tells you, because it's a number 2, is it tells you that this is not necessarily committed. So this is somebody, it's not that he's going to leave. I'm not saying that. But it is saying that it's almost like he's still in decision mode, and he's still working out whether or not he's going to stay. He's working out whether there is an emotional trade. And it sits in that space, and it is a little bit of an, how can I put this? Feels a little bit immature for a marriage. It doesn't feel like he's not showing up as the committed partner who's going to do the hard yards. It feels like it's on the top level. So, right, it doesn't say that he's going to leave imminently. It doesn't. But it does say that you've got to really look at the emotional connection here. If this marriage is going to survive, it's going to be necessary for you both to drill down and grow it, because it just isn't. It doesn't have those roots. Where is the emotional bonding between you? That's the important part of this card. There needs to be a period where you both decide that you actually want to be together, and that you share the same emotional values. You share the same emotional values, and you want the same things. And so that is at the moment under consideration, and should be for you as well as him. So it's not eminently ending. It isn't. But it's not guaranteeing its longevity either. It's all right for now, but if it doesn't grow, then it isn't going to last. Okay? That's just the truth from where I'm sitting. So I hope that helps. You'll have to see how that goes, sweetie. All right? Great stuff. Okay, what do we have here? Okay, Samir, Chanda, hello, welcome from Mumbai. When will I get a personal business loan? Oh, I say, we're going from very emotional to very practical on this live, aren't we? We're doing all of the broad spectrum. Okay, well, let's have a look, shall we? Now, look, timing is really difficult here, Samir, because I'm taking one card for everybody, and so I haven't got much of a much room for maneuver. But let me see. I'll do my best for you. It might well just say when this happens, that's when you'll get your business loan. This is normally how tarot communicates, but let's see. Let's see. Okay. Right. Okay. Good. Well, that's the perfect card for a business loan, really, because this says you will. It's like there is somebody who will give you the loan, right? They may not give you as much as you want. That's the fact with this card. I think you're probably looking at, if I really had to, I'd say maybe 6 months. I've got nothing to go on with that. I'm kind of taking a bit of a intuitive leap. I don't think you're going to get as much as you want, but I think you'll get enough. I think you'll get something. I think you'll get enough to help you, because what this card is about, it's about just that. How much is on offer? How much is needed? And what does this person, who is the person giving the loan, what do they want from you? So they're going to want you to deliver a thing, and then they'll deliver the loan. And that's going to be an exchange between you. And so it's how much do they want with how much do you need? And I think there's going to be a little bit of balance or negotiation with that. I think you'll get something. I'm not sure you're going to get all of it, though. I don't think you're going to get all of the figure that you're thinking about. So you probably do need to, think about that and think about how you can structure that. All right. So I hope that helps a bit. Great stuff. Great. Give me a luck number. Sorry, Jerome, I don't do luck numbers. I mean, do I do luck numbers? I'll tell you, let's go for it, shall we? Let's go for it, Jerome. I don't normally do this, but I'm going to give you one number that the tarot says is going to be lucky for you, right? Just do it. Let's just do it, eh? Okay, what number should Jerome know is going to be lucky for him over the next couple of weeks? 3. 3 is your lucky number over the next couple of weeks. So lean into that. 3 is your number. There you go. That's what I think. It's probably not enough to help you win the lottery, but it might be a start. Hello, Sam. Sam, very nice to meet you. Okay. Feeling of seen after feeling bushwhacked. I don't know what that means. Okay, so listen, can I just remind everybody, please, on the feed, can you not keep posting repeatedly for me, please? Because it just gets the feed really confused. So everybody gets one question on this live. You get one question. We can't do repeated questions because otherwise other people lose out, right? So we have to be really fair. And if you keep posting the same question, then it confuses the hell out of me and I don't know where I am with everybody. So please just post once. I will get to you, I promise. If I forget you, if I do, if I appear to have scrolled past you, you can remind me. Say, Janice, I think you forgot me, and I will scurry back in the feed and I will find you. But please don't keep posting repeatedly because it really does confuse me. Okay. Okay. If I have done a reading for you already, then you've had your question for this week. Come back next week and ask me again. Hold on 1 second. Oh, for God's sake. Let's just get rid of that. Right, so if anybody is on the feed and decides to post anything sexual or anything that is a pain in the neck, just know that I will delete and ban you, and that will be it. I'm not interested in people being silly on my feed. Grr, that's me being strict. Right, that's it. Okay. What have we got here? Manona. Yes, you can. You can ask a question. Let me see. Here you are. Okay. Does my ex Maz feel about me currently? What action could he take towards me since he is blocked everywhere? Okay. All right. So what I'll do is I'll simplify that down. And what I'll ask is, what is Maz planning to do about Mahuna? Okay. I think it's Mahuna, or is it Mahun? Well, forgive me if I've got it wrong. What is Maz going to do about Mahon? Let's have a look. Well, I mean, that's quite good, really, sweetie, because what that tells you is that he is, it's a very considered card. So he's going to step back and he's going to really think about what is the wise thing to do. I think this is him just thinking, okay, well, you know, I probably need to do what's right. I probably need to just, it's quite a quiet card. So there is no fireworks with this card. So I think he's going to go quiet. I don't think he's going to do anything. And when it says what does he feel about you, what it's talking about is, well, I need to think about what I've done. I need to think about the truth of how I feel. I need to think about everything and just literally do nothing. He's not doing anything. He's going into processing mode. So I don't think he knows how he feels about you, honestly. And I don't think he's swept away with passion, for sure. I think he's sort of got past it. And I think he's cooling down, because that's what the Hermit is all about, cooling down and just going, okay, cool down, step back. What's wise? What do I really want to do next? Really? What do I really want to do? Right? That's what he's doing. And so he's processing. I don't think he's going to take any action towards you. Honestly, I think he's going to step back and just allow things to be and try and work out the truth of how he actually feels and what he actually wants. So that's good. Okay, thank you, John. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, write a comment, buy Janice's new book. It's a brilliant idea. Visit Janice's online shop. Please do. Lovely, lovely. Thank you, John. I love you. That's wonderful. Okay. What you really need to do is get more energy from the sun. Verminin D unlocks many more. Witchcraft is not needed. No, you're quite right. Witchcraft is not needed. No witchcraft here. Nobody's doing any witchcraft. All good. Hello, Rose Petal. Lovely to see you. Oh, John. We love it when you joke. It's so funny. Hello, 88 Pearls. Lovely to see you. What else have we got? Okay, we have this one here. Could I have one, please? What is next for me? Okay, well, let's ask exactly that. What is next for you? That's good. Okay, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And tell me your name, or at least a name I can call you. What is that? Is that Jip? Should I call you Jip? I don't want to call you Jip. I'm almost certain your name is not Jip. Right, what is next for you? Let's have a look. Well, we've got the Knight of Cups, which is lovely. So this is a heart journey. So this is a journey to your next romantic situation, I think. And it is a very romantic journey. So that's all good. That's lovely. It's the opening of a sort of a new romantic roadway, and that's all great. make sure you stay tight to what's going to make you happy. Because what you don't want to do with this card is be too in love with love. Because this card can be a little bit idealistic if this is what's next for you. So make sure you're not too idealistic. Make sure you're not too swept away with the idea of romance and passion and falling in love and all of that stuff. Keep it grounded. Make sure you follow your heart properly so that whoever you connect with is actually going to make you happy and is in alignment with something that can grow, not just a romantic fling, unless that's what you want, in which case that's fine. So good stuff. Keep it grounded, but it's a very nice card. It's really great. Good for you. That's lovely. Enjoy. Lovely, lovely. Okay, 88 pearls. You can indeed have a card. So this is a what should you do in this coming week that will bring the best results in your life? What should you do in this week which will bring the best results in your life for your highest happiness? And that refers to love or whatever in your life is going to bring happiness. All right? That's what we're asking. That's what we're aligning with. Let's have a look. Okay, so this is an interesting card. Let's get our teeth into this one. So 88 pearls, we have got the 5 of swords, and this is what you need to focus on. So this is where you have got some crap from the past coming with you. You're holding on to it, and you've got to let it go because it's not going to help. All right. Now, the trouble with this card, so we can see we've had a bit of strife here. This is the aftermath of battle. We've got a cross. Let me show you. There you go, holding that up for you. So we can see we've got a grave which represents something lost. And we've got these poppies. The poppies are big and red and dominant, and that tells you that you're hanging on to something lest we forget. Now, the reason that we hang on to past hurt or we bring it with us is because we think that it's gonna protect us moving forward. We have to remember how much it hurt. We have to remember what went wrong, and we will, and we're going to hold that in front of us like a shield, except that it isn't going to work, sweetie. What it does is it's only going to perpetuate things, and it's going to make it worse. You're basically imbuing the future with the past, which means it is more likely to play out again because you're doing that. You got to let it go. Let it go. In tarot, we have full energy, and full energy clears this space. So what it tells you is going into your relationships innocent of the past. You've got to take them and build them from scratch, not with any energy that's gone before. Let it go, move on, clean the space, and come open, ready to start again. Okay? That's your message. Very strong. It's a very good one. I hope it helps, and I hope you understand. I hope you can find the reference in that as well. Okay, what have we got here? We have got Abby. Hello, Abby. Lovely to see you. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Okay. All right, one card for Abby. And Abby, we're going to ask the same question for you. What should you lean into? Where should you put your attention in this next week or so for the best results for your happiness, wherever that might come from, whether that be love or whether that be whatever it is? What needs your attention to foster the best happiness for you. Okay, so let's have a look. Oh, Knight of Swords. We like the Knight of Swords. He's the fighter pilot. So he is a dynamic force of nature, okay? And he is basically going to steam in and take action, and is completely not going to be weighed down with any kind of emotional information. So whoever you need to go into battle with, you got to just do it. What do you need to get done? If this is a relationship, it's just telling you, take action. You know, when you have a fighter pilot who's given his mission papers, this is your job, this is what you got to do, go do it, grr. And the fighter pilot looks at the mission and goes, I'm not sure if I feel like it today, or I'm not sure I'm in alignment with this mission. It's not going to work, is it? You've got to do it, right? Don't think about it, do it. Seize the day. Seize the day. Take action. Get all the emotional clutter out the way and just do it. This week, do it. That will make you happy. It will lead to your happiness as a result. All right? Good. Very clear. Very good. We like that a lot. Excellent. Goodness, we're busy tonight, aren't we? Canon. Okay, lovely to meet you. Yes, you can. Same question. What are we going to give you? Where should you put your attention for the best outcome and the most happiness in your life over the next week? What should you do? What actions should you take? So this is good because it gives you something proactive to do. Okay, so we have the Five of Cups, and the Five of Cups is asking you to grieve what you must and then move on. So grief is never welcome. Nobody wants to do grief. Nobody wants to have to deal with disappointment and sadness. And that's just a fact. None of us do. We all have to at some point. And what this is saying is you've got to grieve, but you don't grieve forever. You grieve until you're done. And then you leave the grave and you walk into the light and you walk into your new life. You don't sit at the grave for any longer than is absolutely necessary. The grave being symbolic, by the way, of that has been lost and the disappointment that you're feeling at the moment. So whatever that disappointment is, come in and it's probably a bit of an ouch. It's okay. It's okay. I know it's not pleasant, but it's all right to be disappointed. It isn't going to define your life. You need to know that. This is not a defining thing. It is a thing that's happened. You can move on from it. You absolutely can. Honor the disappointment. Honor any pain that it's caused you. Honor it. Sit with it, but not forever. And then move on and crack on, because this is not going to be for the rest of your life. It shouldn't be for the rest of your life, right? Don't make a career out of this. This is not going to help you. Just take it gently, but know that you can move on from it, and know there's a whole great load of joy and happiness and success out there should you decide to go for it. All right? Just important message for you there, I think. Okay, lovely. Whoops, hold on. There we are. Hello, Ascending Universal Butterfly. Lovely to see you again. You can certainly have a general card. We're doing again. So what we're doing today is we're doing what action should you take this next coming week for the absolute best outcome in your life. That's what we're doing. So let's have a look. Look. How lovely is that? Isn't that cool? So that's the sun. So just lighten up and enjoy. Really, however much fun you can have this next week is perfect. So basically, you've got to really lean into what makes you properly happy and actually do something that just lights you up, because this is beautiful. Enjoy. This is a good bit. It's saying enjoy this. Then nothing is hidden at the moment. Everything is clear. It's okay. You have nothing to fear. So don't feel that you need to, because you don't. So this is okay. This is the way is clear for you. It's okay. Enjoy, lean in, do whatever you can to bring that energy to life in your life. Make sure you keep your vibration really high, really zingy, and really on message, because that's going to bring the best results. Okay, good. How lovely. We don't get the sun very often, do we? We should get it more often. We love the sun. Perfect. Okay. What else have we got? Quiet hour. You can have one card reading, of course, on career. All right, then let's do that. Right. Right, so we have the Ace of Swords here. So you have nicked John's card. John is a regular on this live, and this is normally his card. So you've got his card this week. So this is an interesting one, isn't it? And it's basically telling you that there is a bit of a problem here, for sure. And the problem is not, how can I put this? I need to come up with a context here. I have a feeling I'm gonna take a punt here. Now look, I'm gonna be real. This is a one card live. And if this is a big deal for you, then you need to take this in the spirit in which it's meant. I wonder whether you should look at the path you've chosen and just consider whether or not it is indeed a path that's going to make you happy. All right? Or whether maybe you're doing it for the wrong reasons in some way. Now look, I'm just asking the question. It's up to you to answer it. But here what we've got is a need for clarity of thought and a need to think differently about the problem. So when this card comes up, it's asking you to come up with one true thought or one true feeling, right? What is the one true feeling that is going to cut through all of the noise or all of the problems? Now, I know it's swords cards, and we don't normally think about whether or not swords are feelings, but the fact is that it has to be a true thing. It's swords, so it must be true, and it must cut through the noise. So, sweetie, that's what you need to do. You need to really come up with, okay, what is true about my situation? What is true? What is my one true thought? And what is my one true feeling? That will help you come up with the right answer, because I have a feeling that maybe it needs a bit of a rethink, right? Just my feeling on that. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Right, Sam, you need to stop posting, darling. I'm not going to answer you again. I have answered already. Right? Important that you stop posting. All right. Right. And everybody needs to know that you get one question on the live, right? Because we have a lot of questions in the feed, and I'm only going to give everybody one card, right? So you need to know you get one question. If you want another question, you come back next week and ask it then. That's the way this works. Otherwise, people don't get their question answered, and we're trying to be fair to everybody here. Okay, so Twinkle, same goes for you, sweetie. You can't just keep on posting because it's not going to make me answer you again. All right, so what questions on my end can help me attract my future spouse? Well, great, Twin Soul. That is a great question. Right. Kerry, I did answer you, darling. I can't quite remember what I said, but I have answered your question already. Okay, let's have a look, Twin Soul. Lovely to see you again. Okay, let's have a look. Good. Oh, look, isn't that perfect card for that question? What actions my end can help me attract my future spouse? 2 of Cups. That's a perfect card, because what it tells you is that you need to test relationships. So this is when you're dating. This is dating, right? This is not a committed relationship. And the trouble is, what a lot of people get wrong about the 2 of Cups is that they see that card and they go, "Oh, we're done, hurrah!" And well, I think I like him. I wonder if this is forever. And then they lean in way too quick. So what this is a 2 in tarot. So it's telling you that you've got to stay in a position of choice for quite some time. So when we're in a 2, we're going to stay curious. We're going to be curious, and we're going to have a look at whether or not there is an emotional trade. We're going to have a look at the opposites. We're going to have a look at how you're the same. You're going to weigh the whole situation up. What you're not going to do is get in too deep too quick. Curiosity is your key word here. Curious and future focused. So I'm curious about whether this could stand the test of time. And what you don't do is you don't ignore red flags. If you see a red flag, you don't have to jump ship immediately, but you do log it and you go, I'm curious about that. Curious, always curious. That's what you can do to help attract your future spouse, because when you're curious, you're open, you're not afraid, right? But you're curious because you know what you want and you're looking to see whether this is that. So you already know what makes you happy, hopefully. That you've got to do that first. You already know what makes you happy. I know, I can feel it in myself whether this is a good thing. And then I am curious about this other person to see if they're going to be a good fit for the job of my future spouse, because I'm interviewing them for the role, basically. There you go. That's it. It is Dr. Janice's prescription for husband hunting. Great stuff. All right. What else have we got? Rich Bygrave. I am on the south coast, Rich, at the moment, but we travel around a lot. Adam Gonzalez, how can you get a reading? I can read for you now, darling. You can, if you want me to do your one card reading now, just post it in the chat and I will do that for you. If you want a longer reading, like a one-to-one reading, you can get that from janiceking.uk, right? And the links are all in the YouTube channel description. So, oh, look at that. I'm going to post this. This is so sweet. There we go. My tears long for her ocean, yet knowing it is no mere sea, but a goddess's sacred water. They dare not fall, for how can something so mortal claim a place in the divine? That's really sweet. Isn't that lovely, little me? Thank you for sharing that. Oh, Keshawn, you know what? I'm going to just remove you, sweetie, not because I mind you saying, but this is not witchcraft and it is kind of boring, darling. So I'm sorry. You don't have to be here on the tube, on this channel. You don't have to be. Go find a place to be happy. But it probably isn't here. But this isn't witchcraft. Nobody's doing witchcraft here. So I'm going to take you out. Sorry. Okay, all right. There we go. This lady that cuts my hair, does she like me romantically? Oh, Adam, let's have a look. All right. Advice to you about the romantic potential for you with the lady that cuts your hair. Let's have a look. Okay. Well, I'm not entirely sure that she does, sweetie. So what this is somebody who is it's another form of transitionary card. So there isn't anything in this card that says that she is looking for an immediate romantic connection. What she is moving away from a romantic connection into a kind of new area. Okay. So I think it's quite important that you maybe give her a bit of space romantically or attention wise, because I think that's where she is at the moment. Okay. I don't think she's in a place right now for a relationship. So I would just hold the space and see how things develop. Right now, I think that's not where her mind is. I think she likes you well enough, but I'm not sure it's romantically at the moment. I'm not even sure that's about you. I think that's just about where she is. So just allow things to be at the moment. See how things are in a few months, and let's see what she's like then. But at the moment, I think that's not what is on the agenda, if you like. Okay. So there you go. So that's what I think about that. Witchcraft. Basket weaving, John, of course. Craft basket weaving. I'm a basket case. Probably. All right. What else do we have here? Okay. Anos. I want to know what his feelings are for me. His name is Kamal. Okay. Let's see. So Kamal, how does Kamal see his feelings romantically for Alice? Ace of Wands. Well, okay, I'm going to put this like this. It's passion-led, if you get my meaning. I think we all know what we're talking about. It's passion-led, right? This is not overtly romantic. It is not love-driven. It is driven by urge. Just saying. I think that's what is driving things at the moment. Now, look, that doesn't mean that it couldn't turn into something else, right? At the moment, though, he thinks you're very attractive and would quite like to move forward with that. It's not the most romantic of energies, but it's not awful. It's okay. He's very drawn to you. He's very attracted to you. And that's kind of what's driving this. This is what his feelings are right now. It doesn't mean it can't grow into anything more. But you need to just navigate it from that perspective. All right? So, that's basically the territory we're in. All right? So you'll have to just bear that in mind with the way you move forward and just test the water a little bit and just use your instincts here. Okay, that's really important. Sarah Sam, I didn't see your question. If you asked one, ask it again. Okay, just pop it in the chat and I'll get to you. I'm really sorry if I've missed you. Do post it again because I've missed you. There's been a lot of repeat posting and sometimes I lose track of where I am. Okay, so I know a person, let me see what this is. I know a person is very Queen of Swords. She dissembled them, not in a pleasant way, but not, well, yeah, that's very Queen of Swords, isn't it, John? Very businesslike, just like not a lot of compassion in the mix, but very businesslike. So yes, absolutely. And she was right. Well, she normally is. That's the trouble with the Queen of Swords. Damn it. She's always right, isn't she? Here we go. Don't forget to like the video, everybody. Subscribe to the channel. Write a comment. Buy Janice's new book. And visit Janice's online shop, lifecodetarot.store. Thank you. Great stuff. Hello, Jem. Lovely to meet you. Hello, Lex Go Show. Yes, you can. Just ask. Do. That's all right, Twinkle. It's my pleasure. All right. What is Elle thinking of me? All right. Let's have a look. What is Elle thinking of me? Let's have a look. So, interesting. So we have this card again. We've had this card once already tonight. And what this is telling you is the way Elle is thinking is very, very informed by past baggage. Now that may well be history between you. If it isn't history between you, then it's his own history. So there has been in the past negativity, stuff that has not sat well with him, stuff that has maybe left a bad taste. It's like curdled, it's a little bit bitter. And what that's doing is that is influencing the way he is viewing the situation with you. Now, that may be, as I said, part of your joint history together. He's bringing the past up and putting it in the middle of you. Or it may just be a past relationship which isn't you, which is not your fault, but nevertheless, he is still bringing it with him because he's unable to let it go. So whatever this is, it's not great, Lex, because this guy is just, he's not, I don't think this is available emotionally, if I'm honest. It just feels to me that he's just very weighed down with, hurt and disappointment. And it's just a bit pessimistic, is what it is. It is a pessimistic view of what's possible. So I think you need to know that if this isn't about your past history, if it isn't, then I think you need to understand that he is imbuing all romantic energy moving into the future at the moment with this crappy stuff, which is a shame, but there isn't much you can do about that. So, you're going to have to just bear that in mind, I'm afraid. It's not very personal energy, in fact. So when you're saying, what is he thinking of me? In a way, he's filtering everything he thinks through that lens. You become colored by that lens. He's not seeing you. He's seeing this vision which he's brought with him from the past. All right? He's not seeing you. He's seeing that. And that's the problem. And that may well mean this relationship is going to struggle to find its feet, if that is indeed a relationship. It's just doesn't feel like it's got any traction in it. It's sort of weighed down. So not great, but I think it's important that you're realistic about what's possible here. Okay. All right. Okay, so that would be Logan. I think we've just read, and this is Jem. Hello, Angela. I can see you there. Hold on one second. Okay, right. Okay, so I'm going to start moving forward, and just to let everybody know that if you have already. If I've already read a few, I'm just going to delete the comments. I'm not going to ban you. I'm just going to delete the comments so that I can get a clear idea of who's read for and who hasn't. All right. Please don't take it personally, but it just helps me to make sure I don't miss anybody. If I've missed you, if you think I've missed you, then you can repost your question in the chat. Okay, so this is Jem. Okay, is there a future for me with Bobby? So let's ask, what is the best you can expect regarding a future with Bobby? Jem, let's ask that, shall we? What is the best you can expect regarding a future with Bobby? Well, we have the High Priestess, and that tells you that ultimately, Jem, you do know the answer already. Because when this card comes up, it tells you that you're intuitively aware of the situation. I think it also tells you that probably I'm not convinced about this, because the thing is with the High Priestess, it is it's a card that just sort of sits in the space. It's also non-physical, right? So it is a non-physical card. It doesn't consummate. It doesn't there's no passion in it. It is purely just, I feel. And there's no actual action in it. So my feeling would probably be no. If I had to give a yes/no answer, my feeling would probably be no. And just based on the fact that card is not a physically active card. Okay, it's sort of just sitting there in space somehow. All right, that's that one. Hope that helps a little bit. Okay. Angela. Lovely to see you, Angela. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Right. So, Angela, the card I'm choosing today is a sort of default, is a guidance card for you over the next week or two that tells you what you should lean into for your best happiness. What action can you take for your best happiness, whether that be love or career or whatever it is over in your life? What can you do which is going to give you the most happiness? Justice. Oh, that's a good one. That's a challenging one, isn't it? So this is do what's right, isn't it? And it's telling you that you're going to have to make a decision here about, you know, what the right thing is to do. And it also tells you that there is going to be judgment attached to that. So choose wisely. If you do the right thing, if you play it fair, what this card tells you is you'll get the right result. So this coming week, go into battle for what you think is right, and kind of lean into whatever that means to you. Justice is kind of a big, it does what it says on the tin, right? Do the justice thing. Go and really hone down on what you think is fair, and step up for that, and it will work out in the best way. So play it by the book, play it by the rules, and do the right thing, and stand up for it, right? Stand up for it. And if you do that, that will work out well for you, right? That's interesting, isn't it? Wow, I don't think we've had justice before. That's quite interesting. What is your zodiac sign, sweetie? I am a Pisces, is what I am. I am a card-carrying Pisces. Hello, treasure woman. Lovely to meet you. What do the cards tell you about my personality? All right, I'll play with that. What do the cards want to tell Ian about his personality? So what could Ian do with knowing about his personality? So let's take some guidance for you, Ian. I'm not going to do like a personality guessing thing. I'm just going to ask the cards to tell you about what you need to know about your personality, and let's just ask. Well, I think Ian is somebody who is ready for the next phase. Personality-wise, this is where you're somebody who's I think always going to be interested in a new thing, right? It's how can I move forward? It's not bad at all. It's financially interested, because obviously we're in Pentacles and we're in growth, and what we're interested in is more value. So I think you need to apply that positively. So what that's telling you about yourself is that actually your instincts about wanting new and growing and I think there is almost a curiosity there as well about what's possible and how far you can go and whether you're ambitious or not. And I think that's all good. I think that's actually relatively positive, Ian. Um, just kind of watch that you're not always in the realms of potential. You do have to ground it, because the trouble is if you sit in that, realm of potential for too long, you're never going to get to where you actually want to go. So make sure you don't always sit in that space of the next thing or the next thing. That's just what the cards are telling you. So that's quite interesting. I hope that's useful for you. Okay. Right. I'm not going to do too many more, guys, because I am okay, Sarah Sam, I'm gonna take your question because you asked it before and I missed you. Okay. Great. Did my crush Zed mean to see me today? All right. Let's have a look. Okay. Did my crush Zed mean to see me today? Temperance. I don't think so. I don't think so. Because there isn't any, that this is just a very flowy, very, there's no zing with this energy. There's no real intent here. It's just a fairly nice, measured, balanced energy. It doesn't have any real push for an outcome. It's just going, well, it's just a mix of ingredients. So my answer is, Sarah, is probably not. Probably he didn't mean to see you. I've got no intent in that mix at all. So if you saw your crush, then I think probably it was just a crossing that happened, which is nice, but I don't think he orchestrated it. Okay, I don't think so. Okay, what have we got here? We've got statics. I wanted to ask about the new path in my career I've been presented. Should you commit to it? Oh, great. Excellent. That's a good question. Let's have a look. So advice to you then. Advice to you about committing to the new path that has been presented to you. Let's have a look. Okay, I think this is a yes, but I think it's telling you that what you've got to do is to look at this very logically, and you've also got to know where your own boundaries are. So this is the Emperor, and the Emperor card is showing up with objectivity, with command, with experience, and with the ability to say no if necessary. And the reason you should say no is because something isn't enough or too much or crosses a line that you don't want to cross for the right reasons, not for emotional reasons, for the right reasons. So it's really asking you to step up in a very authoritative energy. And so I don't think it's the wrong path, but don't make the decision emotionally. You've got to really, take a really good, cold, hard look at this. Ask what it's going to require of you. Ask what's on offer, and just really know that if you do this, you're going to have to show up kind of with really big presence and really be very confident and very, again, very unemotional. It's important that you don't let emotions run the show here. So the decision is a big one. And you need to take a step back, right? So look at all those aspects and then make your decision based on that, right? And then you'll know one way or the other whether to commit to it or not. It's not saying no, but there are criteria involved. Once you've answered those criteria, then you can say your yes or your no with confidence. All right? Good. I hope that makes sense. Hold on, I have 1 second. All right, I have Alexia here on WhatsApp, who's messaged me. Hold on. Right, here we go. So this is Alexia. There's another career reading. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Oh, right. Okay, Alexia, I'm not going to put you up on the live because there's so many questions in the chat that it's gone right to the end, and then I shall lose my place. Okay. So this is for Alexia, and Alexia wants to know about her career. She's feeling really stagnant at the moment, and she wants to know what she should do. Let me just make sure I've got that right. Yes, what is the next move? Okay, Alexia, what is the next move? All right, let's have a look. What is Alexa's next move? She's feeling stagnant in her career. Oh, well, interesting. You've got the Chariot, Alexa. And the Chariot is, it's a card of forward movement. So what this is telling you is that in order to make your next move, you've got to know your why, haven't you? So what do you actually want? And then you've literally got to plan your route. So this is not taking just one next move. This is not saying, okay, we'll do this and then everything will be all right. This is a long-term trajectory. So this is where you need to play the long game, and you're going to have to be very focused. So what do you want in your career? Where is this? Where is this over here? What's on the horizon? Where are you heading? So once you know where you're heading, then you can plot a course. Now, it may be that you're going to have to make several moves to get there. But what you can't do is get distracted. So this is the Chariot, and this means you've got to literally drive the bus to your ultimate destination. You're also going to have to really be quite strong and, courageous and single-minded. And you're going to have to show those around you that you mean business. Show those around you how confident you are, how brave you are, and how willing to take the reins you are and lead the way. Because the Chariot is a really powerful energy, and it really does plow forward. At the moment, if you're feeling stagnant, it's because you're not being brave enough. You've got to really take action in alignment with what you want, right? What do you want? What's your dream job? What's your dream outcome? That's really important. once you know what your dream outcome is, now work backwards. How are you going to get there? And then just hit it and go, right, now I'm going to do this. Okay, this is what's going to get you unstuck. All right, I hope that helps. Perfect. All right, that's lovely. Right, so I'm going to do just a couple more because we've been going over 2 hours now. And morning, Grace, morning from Australia. How lovely to see you. Wow. We really are global. We've got Mumbai, we've got Australia, we've got London, we're all over the place. Awesome. Okay, will my daughter and I be locating to a new home by next year? Let's ask that question. Right, let's see. Okay, hold on, Grace. Choose a card for you. I think so. Because this is putting down roots. This is planning for the future. This would be maybe a forever home. So yes, I'd see no problem with that at all. And I would imagine that you're going to be going somewhere that has probably some connection with family. It doesn't feel like you're going to be moving to somewhere where you're going to be alone or not, where you don't know anyone. And the people, I think it feels familiar to you, feels familial. So yes, I think so. I think that's a very, very strong indicator that is indeed what is going to happen. So that's good. It feels like a big move, and it feels like it's a move into something which is feels like home, which is really nice. So then, yes, I would give you a yes, Grace, for that, for sure. Yes, John, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords has gone off in search of pastures new, hasn't it? All right, what have we got here? We've got Butter 3434. Will my ex-boyfriend initiate a reconciliation with me soon? Let's ask the question. Okay. All right. Tell you what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to go till past. All right. That will be 2.5 hours. And then I'm going to go and lie in a darkened room. So we're not going to go beyond 9:30 UK time, wherever you are in the world. That is in 15 minutes. So we'll get done as many as we can in that time. Okay. So let's have a look. Butter, will my ex-boyfriend initiate a reconciliation with me soon? What do I make of that? Well, let me see. I want to say no, honestly. It's a very combative energy, isn't it? And the only way that could be a yes is if I can't make it a yes, but I just can't. I'm trying to, but I can't, because this guy is just he's saying I'm right, and there's no softness here in this energy. So if this is a reconciliation, it is not a reconciliation that is born of love or a desire for a joint kind of partnership. This is not a card of that. This is a card of basically just taking it on and being quite, it's just very fiery and combative. And this is not the foundation for somebody who is wanting a reconciliation, who wants to maybe mend things. It's just not there, that energy. So I'm probably going to say no. So even if there is contact between you, it just feels that he's just maintaining whatever combative position broke the relationship up in the first place, right? It just doesn't feel in any way conciliatory. There you go. That's what I want to say. It's not conciliatory. So I think maybe not, sweetie. I think you may have to consign him to the wheelie bin of ex-boyfriends. And I think probably that's where he needs to be said with love. Okay. All right. Let's have a look at this. Page Prabha, how lovely to see you. What does Richard want from me? I'm trying not to think about him too much, but I do. It's like when somebody says, don't think of an elephant, everybody immediately thinks of an elephant because there's nothing else we can do because now we have elephant in our minds. Trying not to think about somebody is a surefire way of thinking about them, isn't it? All right, let's ask about Richard. Prabha. Let's see. All right. What does Richard want from Prabha? Let's ask. What does he want you to do? He wants you to be very practical, very down to earth. This is not an overtly romantic card, Prabha. It's just a very sort of, just being very, it's nice. It's just nice. It's just doing what needs to be done. I don't know whether he is seeing the situation with you in a romantic way. He wants you to be very grounded, very down to earth, very practical. It's almost like a working arrangement. It's not that he wants, and I'm not sure whether he wants anything from you, my darling. I'm not sure that he does. It's just a very grounded, I just want you to be very sensible, very down to earth. There's no real fire or passion or romance in this energy at all. So that's what he wants you to do. So with that in mind, I think you need to do that. You need to be grounded, down to earth, and practical. And you know what? If Richard is coming into your head, Prabha, that's because there is a space for somebody to fill. And I suggest what would be a great way around that is to ask yourself what Richard stands for. So I would treat him as an avatar for something, an avatar for a relationship. So you're thinking about him all the time. That's because there's a space that nobody is filling. Richard is not the one here. So, but he represents something to you. And that's what you need to come to grips with. What does Richard represent to you? And then put your attention on that, not Richard. Richard is just a placeholder, okay? That's what I think is going on here. All right. Let me see. SVIN 7. Can you have a reading, please, ma'am? Yes, you can. Absolutely. All right. So we're going to take a card for you and we're going to ask, what should you do in the next week or two that will lean in towards your best happiness? And that covers love and career and anything. Okay, this is something that you can apply to any of those things. What should you do for the best result for your highest happiness? All right. Oh my God, the Queen of Swords again. We're getting so many Queens of Swords tonight, aren't we? Okay, so same message as before. This is a card that's so we're gonna cut to the chase here. If she was your tough love best friend, SVIN7, if she was your tough love best friend, the friend that tells you the truth, the friend that doesn't sugarcoat it, the friend that basically takes you by the hand and goes, come on, girl, wash your face, sort yourself out, do that, what would she be telling you to do? Right? That's what you should do. So basically, you need to imagine your plainest speaking best friend, if you have one, or if you don't, imagine one up and basically ask yourself, what would she say? What would she tell you to do? And whatever emotional response you have to her advice, throw it out the window, because it's no good to you, because she's right, right? So I wonder what that is. So you need to take the advice of this girl because she knows what she's talking about. All right. So no emotional shenanigans. You need to just do what you've got to do. Take the emotion out of it and listen to your tough love best friend, because we're not going to have any messing around. That will lead to your happiness ultimately. Okay. It may not feel like it in the moment. It may feel uncomfortable, but it will work out longer term, which is really important. Okay. All right. Thanesh Singh, a message for me, please. Okay, let's have a look, Thanesh. Same question. What is the message for you, telling you what you should do in the next couple of weeks, which is going to lean in to your happiness? What is going to create happiness in your life ultimately? What can you do in the name of that happiness? Okay, so you've posted, just see, you've posted again, you want a career message. So shall I do that instead? You want me to focus on career? I will focus on career, because otherwise maybe it isn't going to be about career. We'll focus on career for you. Let's have a look. Okay, Nicole, I see you. Okay, this is a career message for Thanesh. Oh, well, that's actually quite a good card. Keep going. You've just got to do the hard yards. So I'm going to presume in this instance with the Knight of Pentacles that it feels like it's maybe a bit of a slog, or it feels like it's just taken a long time, or it feels like it's not as fun as you thought it would be. Whatever it is, it feels like you're just doing the hard yards, and that's what you've got to do if you're going to make a success of your career. You've just got to keep going. It's a question of doing the right thing, the right time, for the right reasons. This is a process card, so it's like you've just got to keep on doing it. Look, we've got a tractor here. He plows the field, plants the seed, nurtures the soil, reaps the harvest when the time is right, and that's what you need to know. Keep going. Don't give up. Do the hard yards. You'll get there in the end. Okay? Good. Very simple. We like that. Good job. Okay, we've got 5 more minutes. Can I have a 1-card reading? Joanna Lula. Yes, you can, Joanna. Did you, okay, so did you like and subscribe? Sorry, I'm half reading comments while I'm trying to shuffle. Okay, so Joanna Lula, this is for you. And again, we're going to ask the question, what should you do in the name of your best happiness? What can you do? What action can you take? Very practical. What action can you take? Right. Huh. Now that's an interesting one, isn't it? We've got the 6 of Swords. The 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups is a callback to the past. So this is asking you to do what you did before. Draw on past experience where you've done this before. It's telling you, go back to something you've done before and do it again. So if this is a career, then that is all about there is a thing that you've done. Maybe you jump companies, maybe whatever it is that worked. It's got to be something that worked. Do it again because it'll work again. So when this is an advice card of what to do, it's telling you go back into the past for your answers. Okay. So if it is a relationship reading, it's like it's okay to get back together with an ex. That's all right. It will work. It's saying to go back across the bridge, and whatever it is, connect with it. That will lead you to the right outcome. So for you, that is going to be an exploration for you to do. You've got to think, what did I do before that I could do again that worked for me? I have to do it again now, right? Very important. Good. Well done. We like that. Hold on. Sarah Sam, I have actually answered your question, darling. It was right back in the chat, but I have answered it, and I have answered it on camera. So if you, I know you've missed it, and maybe you were just out of the room or you went and put the kettle on or something. Look, if I have time, well, no, I don't have time, so I've got about a minute left. I'm going to draw 1 card for you, but you can go back in and get the whole reading. Hold on, let me see. So I'm just going to take a card for you, darling, because I know you think you've been missed. You haven't been missed, but you think you've been missed. So hold on 1 second. So you've got the Hermit, Sarah Sam. So this is where, and I don't know, maybe that was the card I drew for you before. I've drawn the Hermit for somebody before. This is in the next week. You've got to really draw on your wisdom. Have a look, watch this back again. I would love it if this card had come up twice for you. That would be so cool. I don't know. You need to really be considered in the next couple of weeks. And whatever you're tempted to do or contact or whatever, you've got to really take stock and go, okay, what's wise? You've got to listen to that little voice in the back of your head that says, do you really think so? And this feels, it's like it's got to be you. It can't be advice from anywhere else. It can't be. It's got to be you that knows what's best for you properly, right? It's like I just, this is on me. I need to make these decisions for me. And I need to do what feels slightly uncomfortable. And it makes me feel a bit isolated. It's like I'm on my own with this. I've got to make these decisions myself. Whatever that is, it's the right decision. Yeah, the hard decision is the right decision. So just so you know, okay? So have a watch back and see what I said to you originally, see if they align. We'll see if they do or not. All right. I'm going to do one more. Right, okay. What have we got here? I don't want to skip anybody. Hold on. What deck is this? Oh, you can absolutely ask. This is the Life Code deck. Have I got a nice swanky new one? Here we go. So this is my deck. It's the Life Code deck, and it is an award-winning deck. And it is a deck that will supercharge your readings. You can get it from Life Code Tarot. LifeCodeTarot.store. There you go. Little advert there. Okay, we've done the same thing. We've done that. Okay. All right, so I'm going to do this one. This is my last reading. Oh, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to take a card for Karen A, as she's recovering from her operation. And we're not going to ignore Karen A. I don't think she can be here tonight because she's. So this is for Marie. Marie, is it Jose? Is it Marie Jose or Marie Jose? That looks French. What a lovely name. Will Dominic contact me soon to share with me his true feelings? Well, let's ask. Okay. Well, it says no, Marie. Because he doesn't know what his true feelings are, sweetie. And this is the problem, because he's just caught in no man's land. I think we had this earlier on in the feed as well for a chat. He is just, he's not saying yes, he's not saying no, he's just saying, don't know. It's a card of being on the fence, of sort of being in no man's land and not making the next move. And that's really important here. The fact is, if he had true feelings or knowledge of his true feelings, he might well tell you. The fact is, he doesn't know what they are because he hasn't got anything that's strong enough to act on. And the trouble is that with this card, what often happens is that the person concerned sees an obstacle on either side of the equation. So if you imagine him as sitting on the wall with a leg on either side, and then he looks down on that side and he sees, I don't think I can jump down there. That's a problem right there. And then he looks on that side and he goes, I've got problems on that side as well. I think I'll just sit on the wall where it's safe. And that's where he stays because he's not convinced jumping in either direction is what he wants. He doesn't want to tell you he has no feelings. Maybe he feels he might have feelings, but he's not confident of them. He doesn't want to tell you he does have feelings because he's not confident of them and he really doesn't know how he feels. So, no, he can't communicate. He hasn't got enough information, darling, for him to give you a clear message, I'm afraid. And that's a bit of a drag, but that's kind of the situation as far as I can see it. All right. Sorry about that. Right. I'm going to take a card for Karen A. Karen A, I hope you're feeling better. We all send you our love. If you have watched this far, Karen A, you are a hero. Anybody who I haven't done a reading for yet, I'm really sorry. Do turn up at 7 next week and get in first in the chat, and I will be very happy to. I'll be very happy to read for you then. But I have to call a halt because I've been going 2.5 hours now. Right. Okay. This is for Karen A. So Karen A, here's the thing. We're going to ask the same question for you that we've asked for everybody else. So what should you do right now in alignment with your highest happiness? And what action should you take? Oh, quick King of Wands, I say. So that's very, that's actually very proactive. And it's really taking the lead. So, interesting enough, it's saying I kind of almost want to say, and look, this is probably completely mad, but it's almost like it's saying, you know, is there something you can do which is freelance or driving the bus, you're stepping, doing something which is the leadership card. It's basically telling you to be proactive, be very, very confident, and to inspire those around you, whoever that may be confident in that energy and lead, right? Important, lead, show the way. Don't be led, show the way, right? So, good stuff. That's very good. I'm presuming you're feeling better. I think that must be the case. Good stuff. Well, we all wish you our love and hope that you're better soon. Oh my goodness. Right. So anybody who hasn't had a reading, I'm really sorry. I have to call a halt somehow. We've now gone nearly 2 hours and 10 minutes. So I have to go and just have a little rest. I will see you next week. Thank you so much for joining me on the live. It's been lovely to see you. Thank you, everybody, for being supportive. Thank you for showing up. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do. Do check out the shop, which is janiceking.uk or janiceking.uk. That will take you there. And I will see you all next week. Bye-bye for now, everybody. Thanks very much indeed. Bye-bye, John. See you next week.